qualifiers looming, put us in a time capsule and transported us way back in time to go and get Winfred Schaefer. That's how I felt when I first saw that story. I'm like, wait, what? What time is it again? What year is it again? Yeah, that's what happened. And guess what? Keto Kreku has unofficially stepped down as team psychologist. He has unofficially stepped down as Black Star psychologist because we have a new psychologist. We'll talk about the national team technical shakeup that has happened. And then we will take the action outside the country. Oh boy. I'm hearing all kinds of interesting transfer names, but the big one is that John Duran, substitute extraordinaire, Wajiska Nina. Coach, new or brand new or shine technical team. Sports minister vetted. Big players moving for big money. And of course, a big game this weekend between Manchester City Football Club. They are in the mix. I'll be telling you a lot more about that game. Coach, commit us.
Tale, Je wataleni, Jehovah taleni. Hani maye kone, Eshrefione maye kone. Hani maye kone, Eshrefione maye kone. Ataleni. Tale, Je wataleni, Yehovah taleni. Yehovah, hani waye kone. Wombom, Yehovah ye kone. Yehovah, hani waye kone.
Zibao.
When I saw a Nima saw now Mansoa. You was about Manche. Back in National Base, Ghana Mufe Clalo. Abu Fambia Twe, Beshan about Bo Pemo Denture Twe. Mofiamo, or small Babu Twe, or small Babu Twe. Drama Kato Kraku, Ake Botwe. I mean, no shadow Botwe, Prosper Botwe, Doctor and the other Botwe, or small Botwe. Jomo Honorable Kofi Adams. Ake Lake a Botwe. Yowa. What can he form a shell like by Agbewo. Minafio. I'm in Fena Tama yet. She yo a je bo belena ye yesu belena.
Yesu.
Mo fiamo no fe na chawa ye yesu ba je bo e je na. Aye. Aje. Oye musu fe. Estrango mocho bagbe wo lo. Je ni agbe omo. Yo wa helemo wo e. Yo wa helemo wo e. Yo wa pon wo keje e ka mi. Pon wo keje wo enyon la pe. Yo wa helemo wo. Ya kono na fi on le efe no na achamo aye. Aye. Oye musu fe. Estrango mocho o bagbe mi lo. Aye aje. Oye musu fe. Estrango mocho o bagbe mi. Kogbe waitan e telemo keti telemo. Kogbe waitan e telemo keti telemo. Kogbe waitan e telemo keti telemo. You want jomo wo? Ye Yesu gba mi. Amen.
Blessed be the rabbi for giving a holy touch to the activity. Now let's do or let's try to kill a bird or two birds with one stone. So on one side, we have the Sports Minister Kofi Adams and his vetting. On the other side, we have the Ghana Football Association and the new look technical team. Now, I'm saying this because some of the issues overlap, and so we'll attempt to tackle both. Now, let me just go through a list that came within the week. I think this dropped on, was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday is when this list came around. So
Tuesday 10 40.
When we're asleep.
When we're late asleep, that's when they release it.
No
10.
fear no joy,
So when you go to the GFA's website
joy cometh when in
in the morning, but the joy cometh in the night.
Those sorrows may last for that night.
the Bible talks
Joy
about
comes in the morning.
The Bible talks about
I'm trading my sorrows. I'm
Hey.
trading my shame.
All night, fight it all night.
I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord.
Oh, Rabbi, preach on. Rabbi, you are in the
I'm
spirit.
trading my
All night.
sorrows.
Wow.
I'm trading my shame.
Joyful way,
I'm
Rabbi.
laying them down for the joy
Palm
of
Master
the
Rabbi.
Lord.
Oh,
Joy.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Amen.
Black stars have a psychologist. Amen.
Amen. Prayers are being answered.
You are backbone. God be flowed.
Coach.
When I charge you food in my DNA, I bet we jameli my charge.
No, Charlie, speak fancy again.
I bet we jameli my charge.
Coach, let me just go through this. So, like I said, Winfred Schaefer is the big announcement. Winfred Schaefer is the new Black Stars technical advisor and the technical director at the Ghana Football Association, replacing your own good friend. From this one too. Namely, behave yourself. Let me go inside. Tell how old is Winfred Schaefer again?
75. 75.
Charlie, let me tell you something, right? So that's the first one, and like I'm saying, not to even slight anybody. Winfred Schaefer is a winner. I mean, if you've won an AFCON, it's forever on your CV.
You forever, yes.
But when I heard Winfred Schaefer, like, I'm genuinely serious. I felt like I had been thrust into a time machine.
Of course,
taking you way back
because I haven't heard the name Winfred Schaefer in such a long time. Like, I had to like do a double take in my mind to like place a face to the name and then just transport myself back, and I was like, that guy who coached Patrick Mboma and Jeremy Njitap. I remember him, long blonde hair guy, very, very decent coach, honestly. He's been around the block a little, done some work in the golf, done some work around.
He's faded.
He's been brought in, and I'm guessing that one of the more important denominators for a move like this is the fact that he speaks a common language with the current gaffer. Now, Ghanaians need to know that after a winless AFCON campaign, numerous hours of closed door meetings, a report I hear was over 30 pages long, the Leonard ESCO decided that, bless up Otto, you've done a yeoman's job, and that all you need are a few augmentations here and there, and you can bring us home as far as this team is concerned. And so that's what they've done. Schaefer being the big name there, but let me go through the rest of the names. So Otuado is the head coach, Schaefer is the technical advisor and director of football, Desmond Ofe.
No, I'm about fair now.
Hold on. Calm down. Desmond Ofe is under 20 head coach. He has been giving
my uncle.
He has been giving a little boost to replace Joseph Lauman as assistant Black Stars coach.
And you see how that went under the radar. No word on Lauman.
Yep. John Pay. Oh, Charlie.
No AFCON. We are losing.
Charlie, why today not go make you do the show?
Okay, let me go.
One more time.
Okay, this one. Let's join it. Trainer scout. Train of con. We are losing by the grace of God. By the grace of God.
So let's start.
Trainer scout. No AFCON. We are losing by the grace of God.
Wow. So Otto is getting some, help. John Peto stays in the job. Fatal Dauda stays in the job as goalkeepers trainer. Dr. Prince Pambo stays in the job as team doctor. Chris Peggy or Pegai, I don't know if that's how you say the name. Chris Pegai, psychologist. A moment of silence for the team psychologist. We have asked for this for long. Belgium. A moment of silence. Pegai. Anyway, then you go further down. You have Edward Abebio, physiotherapist. Samuel Ankoma, masseur. Gregory De Grau, chief video analyst. Awao Salifu Kamin, video analyst. Aminu Shadow, team manager. Please never don't do that. Issa Amadou, long-term kit officer for Asante Kotoko, finally gets drafted in. Abdurrahman Al Hassan is also a kit officer. Okay. Okay. A few interesting things. So let me just lay this before I move on for us to discuss this. That today I heard the sports minister designate Kofi Adams say that he has not, or government, and for that matter the sports ministry, have not been consulted as far as these technical additions and appointments are concerned. Now this begs the question of how much these people are being paid and who, for that matter, will be paying the salaries of these people, because they are not here to do pro bono work. Now, if you notice the additions, so we have psychologist, the video analyst,
chief,
Senior
tech advisor, and a technical advisor. The psychologist and the video analyst are both from Belgium, so it looks like we have a Belgium thing going on. But guys, let's talk about this. Christopher, let's not go back to hold on, don't do that.
We'll talk for the people of Ghana.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
The people of Ghana know your position on Otoado. Yeah. How do you feel about the team getting a technical advisor? One, how do you feel about the fact that it is Winfred Schaefer who is getting that job, and also a team psychologist? Does that speak to the state of the current Black Stars, for Kirk to have finally admitted that the grandiose speeches are enough and that a pro needs to come in and do this job? What do these appointments tell you?
Nketia, you see, you are very young and you are very handsome. I look forward to the day that
Ladies man.
Let me lay my foundation.
Ladies man. You remember
during the same way Mustafa also wanted to lay his foundation.
Lay my foundation.
Answer. Honorable no.
You are very young.
Answer.
Because I prevent you from doing this at the end of the show.
No, you don't know where I'm going.
You have found a way to come.
No.
You go on, lay your foundation.
You are very young and extremely very handsome.
Ladies man.
Ben
is blushing.
This is a fact that no lady denies.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
At this young age, I pray God that whatever you need to do, you should do.
Amen.
Good Lord, make sure that you do it before you die.
Hey.
No,
Is that part of the analysis?
How is all this part of the foundation?
He's laying his foundation. Why?
Femo no le danogo benketia ke woya no sani yeme nketia tell me una when you are doing something, do it well before you die. That is your legacy.
True.
And that is what you will be remembered by.
True.
That's what we say in Ghana. Whatever you know how to do, do it very well before you die. Keto Kweku had shown that. Whatever he knows how to do, the degree of disrespect and disregard to the people of Ghana is what he's doing best, and he will do it before he dies. What die? Listen to nobody. I'm saying Keto. He will one day me continually. I will die. Do you know what they have done to us?
Tell us.
Some time ago, I came here and I said, Sosu, Yao,
Coach.
take the technical team of the Black Stars.
I thought that was a big.
I beg, why would you man? Say
me,
man,
yeah,
I'm
yeah. Oh, me,
say
yeah.
yeah, the man.
We did that job for you.
And I said, compare it to the rest
Of the continent.
of the continent, and you realize that we had the weakest technical team.
Algeria's head coach is the former.
As
coach
we
of West
speak, what they have done, they have worsened the situation.
How so?
Look, me. No matter what you tend to do to rescue the situation, if the head abon and namno ebe pro, if the meat or the fish or the animal is dead, it start a profit tinu na pro. No amount of additions of technical team will make Otuado better. And if you are adding the technical team to make him better, my good friend Desmond Ofer, Jesus Christ, in terms of in terms of credential, Lama is better than Ofer. Ofer wa coach Adri. The man is doing a beautiful job at the under 20 level. Allow him to complete his assignment. Ofer, me, I've told you. You see, you've accepted the job. But if you had people like me closer to you, I would have told you to tell the FA that this Black Stars appointment, the timing is very, very wrong. It's very, very, look, don't follow sentiment. Use your brains. I know you are a very smart guy. I admire you from afar. Yesterday, I even spoke to you. No more. Advise yourself before it gets too late. Do you think Otuado, when the going is tough and he's sweating in his black kaftan, he will turn to you for technical and tactical advice?
I own one of those kaftans. I take offense.
No, but you wait for the correct occasion.
You wear it for a funeral.
Thank you, my brother.
Do you understand?
Thank you, my brother.
You wait for the correct occasion.
You
don't wear it when
Friday
we need
afternoon.
to.
Friday afternoon is going to his funeral. Yeah, Saturday morning.
You understand? Then you keep John Pencil in the job to do what?
Ofer is doing attachment. He's coming to do intention.
You see, we don't need that.
I'm using the national team to do
Every
attachment.
attempt that Ket is making is to keep Otuado in this job. And by so doing, you are worsening the situation. Nipano onim coach or your trainer scout.
Let me put on record that this week, I think Otuado went on some kind of tour around Europe.
Look,
And he was pictured with players who are reportedly at like
those he have
polar opposite
bandits from our team. So called.
We don't know that for a fact.
Now sir, Thomas Party.
We don't know that. It's reports.
What report?
Reports.
What is he doing there? What did he go there to do?
Hold on.
If he was indeed in proper talking terms and relationship with our captain,
he's checking on his
I
midfielder.
beg you, yeah. I beg you, yeah.
He's checking on his midfielder.
Look, no more. What they have done is proper distraction to our national team. Look, Schaefer is come to do what? Advice. Schaefer. No, they're 2002 ayo. We are not in 2002. We are not there. Schaefer, if he stand on the touchline here, when the ball is at the other touchline, he can't see.
This is not
Coach, it looks like he has very thick glasses, so I think he should be fine.
Oh, forget it. No one come my. He doesn't get you all.
You mean he can't see the ball?
He on what? Wait, who is he going to advise?
Coach, those glasses look very solid.
Forget about the solidness of the glasses. If you can't see, you can't see.
With design now, like what is it Gucci?
If you can't see, you can't see.
Look at their glasses. I mean,
Look at these glasses. These glasses were worn in 2002.
No.
In 2002, he was wearing glasses.
No, it wasn't that glasses.
Don't do that.
It wasn't those glasses. It wasn't those glasses.
As the glasses were on the desk, I'll take. Sometimes you find a frame that fits your face.
Look.
And you wear the frame, but every 18 months you have to go and get your eyes checked.
So this is 23 years fast forward. How can you tell
That
me
is
this
the
story?
problem.
That's what I'm saying. Every 18 months, as the glasses were.
Listen to what I'm saying.
That's when you know. That's when you know.
23
That's when
years
you
ago.
know.
Fair game. Build your point.
23 years ago, he was still wearing glasses.
From 2002 to now.
No, not the same glass. I mean, 23 years ago, no she glass.
His eyes have been.
On what's it?
Oh, Charlie.
But if you want to, in the modern era, this man, after winning the cup with Cameroon, what else has he done? Oh, Qatar, UAE, Nadadonya, Wapamano,
Indonesia.
Indonesia,
Call.
You are God, you are told.
His last game, he had a win percentage of 13%.
And they sacked him.
My goodness.
And he was sacked. He's not been in the job for close to 3 years.
Yes.
4 years.
Last job, 2021.
Yes, he was sacked in November 2021.
Wow.
So you mean he's been
So
on leave?
it is Milo reincarnation.
It is the Milo playbook all over
again.
Somebody who understands
I-
our Milo.
I-
This time he understands African
I
Milo.
want to stop something. We don't use Milo on this. We say Twisco.
Thank you
Twisco,
very much.
yes.
I appreciate the
It's
correction.
Twisco reincarnation.
Thank
But
you.
Twisco is of a better quality and a better taste.
Thank you.
What are you talking about?
Thank you.
My children drink Twisco morning, afternoon, evening.
Thank you.
And it gets them to grow properly.
One time for Twisco.
What was it? Me man, what was it? What was it?
You're intelligent and sharp.
Enriched with N efforts.
There you
they
go.
Can
Yes.
see, they can see long
Now,
distances.
if you want to make our technical
Shout out to our
technical
sponsors.
team better, why keep John Pencil in the job? Why keep Ofed here? Ofed, look, it hurts me because he's by far the FA's baby. They don't even know how to nurture
Cuddle a
their
baby.
own
Cuddle
baby.
a baby.
He's actually the biggest product in terms of coaching.
That's what I'm saying.
So
In the next few
I need to
years.
take. So I'll give you 5 more minutes.
So
Just
yes,
tie it
yes,
together.
I'm going to tie everything together. And I'm saying they have worsened our technical team. So y'all, Ebiom, Abeku, I'm giving you the assignment.
You mean
Compare the technical team
update.
now, update to the rest of Africa. So
But right now,
next week when we come,
but right now we have an AFCON winner, so surely the
Oh,
level has gone up.
Are you saying that?
Gabon
Hold on, no. Are you saying that doesn't count for anything?
Nipa no mwadi or then counting for me.
But he speaks German.
Who is he going to advise?
He's more tactically experienced than
So I
Otuado.
don't want to listen to him instead of.
You know he applied for the job when we he
Yeah.
applied for the job.
Yeah.
He did.
If he was indeed the man for
And the
it,
Nigerian
why
job-
didn't they give him the job? Why didn't they give him the job? Whether they've brought him back to come and advise who? Otuado Nasu a woo obi. But that is what they say. He doesn't listen to anybody. Now Shefa, where is he going to be sitting? On our technical bench or in the stands? Where is he going to be sitting?
In the stands.
Are they going to be communicating by phone?
No, he did a start inside.
He could take the stand inside.
Hilton was
Body
in the
number change
stands.
on one thing. About some crown over catch no.
No, but I think the technical advisor can sit in the dugout.
So if he
believe
sits
so.
in the dugout, what is he going to be telling him?
He'll be looking and making
Look,
notes.
he's an old breed.
He'll be making notes,
Look,
and then he'll be giving him.
He belongs to the Alex Ferguson breed. True or false?
Fair game.
Those breed, no. I'm a fadio.
Think about it. Even Jose Mourinho is considered old.
Look at that.
Think about it.
Imagine with
Even
Pep,
Jose
even
Mourinho is
Pep,
considered
Pep.
old.
Look at that. So if you want to strengthen our national team,
For the record,
And
he
look-
started his managerial career in 1986.
look at that. I listened to Honorable Kofi Adams today. The level of disrespect that the Ghana Football Association have shown to the people of Ghana. You have gone ahead to appoint people that we will pay with our money without consulting our minister. Oh yeah, Moshiogbo. That's what we say in Ghana. Oh yeah, Moshiogbo. Oh yeah, Moshiogbo.
behave yourself, gentlemen.
Explanation.
Oh, Egbebonogbo gungun gangan egbebonogbo chere elkunye. No, but how can you appoint on your own authority something that you have no mandate to? You don't pay the people. You've negotiated contract without consultation. Honorable Kofi Adams, the ball is in your court. And Kofi Adams said something today. I listened to him. he said that it is not only the people of Ghana who is saying Otto should be sacked. He said not only the ordinary fans, but big men, women, and the most worrying part of it, he said members of the playing body. Nketia, did you hear that side?
I did.
He said members of the playing body don't want Otuado to stay in the job. Keto Kreku, why are you doing this? Why? You are killing us. You are killing our spirit when it comes to the only national team that brings us joy. Don't do that.
In 30 seconds,
This is stubbornness.
I want you to wrap it up.
When you talk about honesty, you are giving that voice of his. I requested for a certain voice.
Which one is this?
The psychological voice. Come on, man. Get me that voice. There's a portion in the voice where he spoke about you have to be honest, you have to be this. You disrespect the people of Ghana like this. Then go to your Facebook wall and you say all is right.
But you, okay.
What is right? No more. They can't. Look, Nketia, my last point. When I looked at, we all watched the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire, isn't it? Nketia, in one word, how would you describe the quality of coaching on the continent?
Fast improving.
Look, the degree of improvement
Fast improving.
is beyond measure. And we were so bad at the AFCON under Chris Hughton.
Yeah.
We've become so worse a team under Otuado on the continent of Africa. That's why we will not be at the AFCON in Morocco.
Chris Hughton is also old. He's also part of the old generation.
He's also part of the old generation. You don't learn. Just a one
We hired Rivat as well.
And a born.
So Rivat, Houghton.
They all belongs to that breed. Football has left those people. Look, they've been left behind. Mino, nobody should say anywhere that I want Keto Kreku to fail. No. Na soon a day into a wa inuni, into a wa inuni, otu a wa onuni. Why are you doing this? In Penifo ni Ghana hana. Nyansanfwe mohi. Where are the knowledge people, the people of wisdom in Ghana? Where are you? You've left our football to only this man, and he's destroying our football the way he's done it. Under him, we've had the worst ever performance of our national teams, and we are still allowing him to take decisions for our team. And every decision he's taking is against the will of the people of Ghana. You have a member of his team, Ojo Safo, saying that they will not allow Ghanaians to dictate to them. Jesus Christ.
Calm down.
You run our bona fide property on our behalf. We've given you countless responsibility, occasions for you to appoint coaches. Every coach you've appointed for the Black Stars has been a bomb. When we tell you don't do it, you say you do it. Go ahead and do it. Look, I said it last year, I'll say it again. Because of Stephen Tornado Apia, I will pray they succeed. Because look, the way I regard Stephen Apia,
If they don't,
if they don't, I will not take Stephen Apia out.
everybody will get it.
Everybody will be blamed.
Thank you.
Otuado die, Onyaze, Onim coach. He's a trainer scout. He's not gone through the ranks. Look, even the Lemar man they sack, he's got record of even coaching under 23 for a season.
Yeah.
And he's got record.
It's okay. It's okay.
Coach, please. Otuado has also coached under 19.
How many seasons?
I'll check, but he's coached under 19.
Yeah. Look, this is my track. The whole Ghana. When I reach, people say,
Platinum song.
Coach, when is the album? When is the album coming out?
Single platinum.
Okay, coach, let me give you the information.
Thank you.
So he was Hamburg under 19 manager for about 5 years.
no pone enuni.
Okay.
Oye musufe.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Eshengomocho.
It's
Oh baby. Aye. Aja.
No, what's going on here?
Oye musufe. Eshengomocho. Baby wolo. Kogbe wata telemo keti telemo. Kogbe wata telemo keti telemo.
Yeah, Ben, just a bit on the coaching thing. The last time, you remember I read the head coaches of some of our contemporaries. Yes, and there's been an update.
Proper update.
The last time out, Nigeria had Augustine Guavon as their head coach.
That's right.
There's been an update, so because they've hired a new coach, and that's Eric Shell. You remember the
coach of Mali.
The coach of Mali who went viral for that.
The pouring of the water
The
on
pouring
the
of the water on the head, the Sakura dude, yeah, that he said that his blood pressure was rising. And they had to pour water on him, on his head.
One of my favorite things on the show now is when Christopher speaks fancy.
Yeah. They had to pour water on his head just to keep him cool and calm. Otherwise, he would have gone into a tail.
Died there.
But even with him, look at how impressive Mali played at the 2023 AFCON. And even with him, go look at how Nigerians are so pissed with this appointment.
Yes.
Because they believe that this is a guy who had the chance to beat Cote d'Ivoire and get to...
And he failed.
And Nigerians have seen coaches.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've seen coaches.
And even with him, look at
In
Eric
fact,
Shell.
Jose PSL, when he left, the Nigerians were not too excited.
Yeah. And look at...
That was a very strange decision.
Yeah,
And look at Eric Shell. The kind of boldness he took to take that decision that I am dropping East Bissouma from my starting lineup.
Balls.
That look at a guy. East Bissouma is their highest profile player.
They are star man.
He's a star guy, and he said, "No, this guy doesn't fit into my system." So you know what? Yeah, Samaseko and Co. You guys are starting. Koulibaly, you guys are starting ahead of East Bissouma, and it worked until they had that little mental breakdown, which is
that's the game they should have won.
Yes.
They missed the penalty.
Got a red card.
Cote d'Ivoire
got a red card.
They took the
Exactly.
lead. They scored all their chances.
And that's the reason why Mali had to let him go, because Mali for the longest period, for the longest time, always play bridesmaid. They always get to third, fourth, semi-finals. They needed a coach who would guide their very talented young squad to that next level, and that was the part that he missed. But take that aside, that guy is a very good coach, and I'm pretty sure he will take Nigeria to that next level. If they don't make it to the semi-finals of this AFCON, I'll be very surprised. He's a very good coach. But just a quick roundup of the coaches that some of Africa's best nations have. Algeria, like I said, their head coach is Vladimir Petkovic.
Yep.
He's a former Bordeaux, Lazio, and Switzerland head coach. He's a former head coach of Switzerland. He's a former head coach of Switzerland.
You mean Switzerland?
Yes, Switzerland. Yes, that's the guy coaching Algeria now. Yes.
Switzerland.
Yes, Switzerland.
Hey.
Yes. Then look at Mali. Mali is coached by Thompson Feet, the former Gambian coach. You saw what Gambia did at the AFCON. Okay, great. Then
He popped up on our
radar, but we didn't hire him. Yes.
Do you know what he was taking when he was 14,000? That was his salary. 14,000.
I'll be Gambia there.
You leave this man, give this man.
No disrespect, but Gambia can give the kind of money Ghana gives. Then DR Congo, Sebastian de Sabre. We know all about him.
Yep.
Yeah, Asek Mimosa,
Yep.
Cotton Sport Garua, Ismaili, Wydad Casablanca. He's coached all those teams. Then South Africa, Hugo Bruce. He won the AFCON in 2017 with Cameroon.
Very latest.
Fresh. Oh, was it 2019? Yeah, 2019. With Cameroon. Then you look at Tunisia, Fawzi Benzati, former Etoile du Sahel, former US Monastir, former Esperance head coach. Yes, that's what they have. Then Mark Bryce, he's the head coach of Cameroon. He coached KV Mechelen and OH Leuven in the Belgian Pro League. Yes, that's the kind of guy they have. Then Egypt have Hussam Hassan. Yeah, the very venerable Hussam Hassan. Yeah, we saw him at the 2025 AFCON
Cote
draw.
d'Ivoire.
That took place earlier this week.
They are AFCON winning coach. Cote d'Ivoire.
Yes,
After the Kets rant, I would like to touch on the psychologist bit.
Cool.
If you can permit me.
Yeah. Before we move the discussion, please play that voice for me.
But once you depart your various places and you come here and you put on the shirt, naturally, that should give you the pride to fight, to show passion, to show aggression, to show desire to win. for your country. What we saw of you in Niger was a complete no. When we draw games and I see players laughing, smiling, guys, it's not acceptable. It's not. It is not. 30 million people are suffering. Let's put it here. You draw games, you lose in Babaya after 24 years. It is not acceptable. It's no joke. In 1957, Ghana gained independence. And that was led by men who had this. Not men who ran away from the battlefield. That's the only reason why we gained independence.
So you heard Keto Kreku there.
Independence
I
talk.
requested for the vote. Let me just
Independence.
He said some few things. He said our players lack desire. They lack determination. I'm asking him today, Mr. Kreku, what is the desire of trying to keep Otuado in this job? To the extent that you beat your chest, you want to cause blood clot in your blood, in your heart. What is the desire? What at all are you motivated by to keep this man in this job?
Only Ket can tell you.
What is it?
Only Ket can tell you that.
You talk about our players not being willing to die. This technical team that you've given to us. You said Ghana gained independence in 1957. You mentioned great men. We've seen coaches. Oh, the only Ghanaian coach to have qualified Ghana to the World Cup, Dr. James Akwesi Appiah, in recent time. We just saw him here. He outcoached, outsmarted. Just say he made Otuado look like just with the uncountable. We said it here. Akwesi didn't want to beat you here in Ghana. Akwesi would have beaten us here in Accra. And when we're going, you were lucky could have collected 5. Some of us spoke to me. I could do the chair BA, with the my BA. Now you're trying 5 they are hand washing. I bet 5 what can they of until enum they are can wash until the you a bass and fiddle. Am I a BA?
You
bass and fiddle. The question out coach. Look, that alone, in my view, was the defining point. That was the end of Otuado. Then he ran onto the pitch at the Accra Sports Stadium, and the fourth official called him. Really? Really?
Good, let me talk to Gabi. Gabi, talk to me about Chris Pegai.
Pegai, yeah, Pegai or Pekai. Oh yeah, Pegai, yeah.
Pegai.
First off, so I mean, welcome Chris to Ghana. So this is a man who I hear has worked with the Belgian Football Federation for 15 years. Yes, for 15 years. Yes, but just 2 quick things, Ben, I would want to say. Now we can thank God that Keto Kreku will no longer be doing this things.
Thank you, God.
Yes. No, I'm coming. I'm coming. No. I'm coming,
to
coach.
hell with every circle when he gets there.
So I am making my points based on
The appointment.
the appointment, yes, from the FA. Because according to Ket, or according to the Ghana Football Association, they've realized that Coach Otuado and the playing body or the players need a psychologist in that team. And I think every sports journalist has hammered on this issue ever since we started misbehaving at the AFCON. You get it? So, yes.
Underperforming.
No, I mean, yes, you're misbehaving. I'm underperforming. I'm not sugarcoating it. So, yes, Chris has come in. Now, the question I would want to ask the Ghana Football Association and Chris himself, if he's yet in Ghana, that now he need to understand the cultural makeup of this team he's come to work with. This is an expatriate. We've brought in to come and speak to players who play in different leagues, players of different cultural background. Some of the players themselves are even yet to get themselves integrated properly into this team. You get it? Yeah. So that is a tough task for Mr. Chris. But you would want to say kudos to the Ghana Football Association for bringing him. Because, look, how many times have we spoken about the fact that how do you have a national team that goes to or goeth to a major tournament without a proper psychologist? And I think that if you follow the Black Stars in the last couple of competitions we've played, i.e., the Qatar World Cup, in games where you could tell the mental breakdown of this team, in games when we have taken leads, i.e., game against South Korea, when we thought that, or game against Portugal, when we thought that this team showed glimpses of zero psychologists in the team, and it showed. Now he's brought in Chris. We would want to see how the team will shape up so far. I think the first person in that Black Stars technical team that needs to go through Chris is the coach himself. Yes, it's the coach himself. That's Coach Otuado.
You mean Otto needs counseling?
Yes. Oh, Ben, you and I know, everybody around this table, including our listeners and Desmond, who doesn't even watch football. No start.
Are you sure?
Oh, this one.
That's when you okay, sorry. No start. Coach Otuado will need to be. So Chris would have to look into the coach first. You know why I'm saying that? Coach Nimley makes a fantastic point about you are having a shakeup in the technical team. We say that the assistants are not good enough. Yao has put out every country's backroom staff. And you are saying that the two assistants are not good. The head coach himself, a lot of clamor from Ghanaians are saying that sack him. You, the FA, say we revere Coach Otuado highly, and so he would stay.
Yeah, they love the over 30-page report he gave them. They were impressed.
Clearly, that's what the FA is telling, that Coach Otuado is their darling boy. And so if you want to do a makeshift, a change in the technical team, who is supposed to go? It's the coach. Now you've left him there. The coach has fallen out with a lot of players. A lot of players who, that is why he's going visiting Pate and co. Coach Otuado is on record. I was at that press conference when they asked him about why Pate is not in the lineup or in the call up he put out. First, initially he was being very diplomatic with the answers. Later, when the journalist pushed him, he came out and said that look, he wants to work with players who show commitment. And so what does that mean? He's questioning the vice captain's commitment to the Black Stars in the last couple of years. And so it takes me back to that point that Chris would need to do a big job. But I think that he would have to understand this cultural shape of the team before anything would work. You get it? My last point is that this place, this country, are we trying to tell the people of Ghana that we don't have any Ghanaian psychologists
Legon Tech
to put in the team? Recently, we had one psychologist who came on Football Made in Ghana for the 13th African Games. I can't put out his name. Did we even do a good survey or a thorough check in this country to see and say that, look, nobody can do a better job. Nobody has got an equal experience to what Chris is bringing to this country. To be the Black Stars' psychologist. And that will bring in a Belgian.
It's an insult to the people of this country.
I wouldn't say it's an insult, but what it means is that you get to pay an extra amount. I've seen reports about giving $65,000 to Schaefer. I don't know how that is true.
As in Schaefer is any more than Otto?
Yes.
Kofi Adams said that.
And so if you have
no concern, so if their payment, you look at the.
I mean, we don't know this for a fact, so let's treat this as reports.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said report. And I know the FA won't come and put these things out there because even Coach Otuado, when Henry was asked about his contract, he was. You and I know the answers he put there. Very diplomatic with those answers, saying that the taxpayer must not know the contract, what's in the whatever, blah blah blah. And then we moved on that conversation.
Honorable Kofi Adams said something today. He said every dime anybody received from the Black Stars should be made public, including the players' bonuses. So Otuado's 50,000. How much Schaefer, John Pencil, or Fair, everything should be made public. The management members, are they doing it for free or they'll go and chop $100,000 when we get to the World Cup?
We'll find out in the next couple of days.
Yeah, so I think, look, Ben, my point just encapsulates what I'm thinking that, look, I think this team has not been in the right place for so long. If you're looking to do an appointment, considering the fact that we have 2 games to play against Chad and Madagascar, how can you do such an appointment I'm talking about the technical advisor who's been brought in. Somebody who's not worked for the last 4 years. And I fear to say that, look, we'll go into a game. I'm not wishing doom for Coach Otuado, but we'll go into a game like Chad and Madagascar. And do you know what the FA will do? They'll sack Coach Otuado.
And then they'll promote
Winfred Schaefer will be our head coach. We are here. This show is on record. We'll cut it and play for the FA. Thank you.
Projections from the crystal ball. Anyway, Mr. Graham, you have the last word. You make your point first, and then I'll probably just ask a question about, again, if Schaefer's competence as an AFCON winning coach can't rub off or benefit us
let's
in
just
any
go
way.
to the questions. I think all that needs to be said has been said. So let's just go to the questions.
Talk to me about that. I mean, German guy, old head, won an AFCON before.
You mean Odwadi?
Oh, no, an old head, veteran. I meant it in a positive way. Don't twist my words. Don't twist my words around. Don't do that.
Oda. Alo yake. Oda. Dauda. Oda. Bobo. Ogboy. Ogbo. Schaefer, where will you put him? Egbo.
Charlie, don't do that. Anyway, talk to me.
I mean, you can always learn from more experienced people in your field, right? So I understand the logic, but to be paying someone 65,000,
We don't know that for a fact.
let's
According to the report.
He will not take less than $30,000.
okay,
Fair.
let's
You
even
not take
We can
Okay.
estimate.
let's
We will
even
not take
let's
less than
even
$30,000.
assume that it's $25,000.
Let's say 65 for all the people who have been
Okay,
added.
let's just say 20.
No, I'm talking about
no, no.
the growl and then per guy.
Let's not even talk
No, but
about.
I think it would go above that.
let's not even talk about.
I really think we'll go about Ben. Like
No.
4 expatriates. Or how many expatriates? 3.
Three.
And you are giving you want to pay all of them a total of what?
65.
No, you see, that's what I'm saying.
You know this won't happen.
No,
I don't know that for a
no,
fact.
to be no,
I don't know that for a fact.
let's even
Okay.
remove them. Let's talk about the technical advice. Technical
Technical
advisor.
advisor and then
So-
director of football for the Ghana Football Association.
That's what they are.
He per the organogram, Otuado is above him.
Yeah.
He's a technical advisor to the Black Star. Okasa Otuado penalty.
That's what it is.
So he's a technical advisor to the Black Stars. He's not a technical director.
No.
No, the director is Professor Minta.
Technical advisor.
Advice. So he's specifically for the first team.
Yeah.
So it's almost like another assistant coach kind of thing.
More like.
If you think about it. So here's my problem with a technical advisor. We understand you can learn from more experienced people in your field and that kind of stuff. But what would be the point if, let's say, right now, let's use you as an example, you're head of sports. They are not happy with your performance. They go and find one of the older heads of sports from another station and hire him to just be on the desk whispering in your ear. Isn't it easier to just fire you and put someone there rather than pay someone extra? So the logic behind bringing him to hold Otuado's hand, it doesn't make sense.
Hold me down.
And that's the problem we keep having with
Hold me
Otuado.
down.
We keep having to bring people to hold his hand.
Moving the goalposts for
Yeah,
him.
what's the point? Because you see, we've given and it's becoming this whole thing that Ghanaian coaches can't do it. This. It's not that. The man cannot do the job. It's not about him being Ghanaian. It's not about him being German. He cannot do the job. World Cup, he was disappointing. I don't even know why we brought him back. We brought him back and he's done disastrously. Worst AFCON qualifying performance ever. Last 20 years. And you know the worst part about this AFCON not qualifying? In 2004, you can even argue that there were 16 teams. So it was harder to get to the AFCON.
24 now.
24 teams now. And mind you, some of the teams...
Miss Sui, when the draw was being made, I cried. You see, you always say this thing that
Yep.
now we are not on the day of the tournament.
Coach, do you know the
Look,
painful?
I felt it when the draw was being made.
Do you know the painful
felt
part?
it.
Just quickly, Susu, before you
go
come.
ahead.
When they got to Sudan, when they got to Sudan, you know, Ben, when they play the countries, you have somebody who will like a brief background. So like, Sudan, so won the AFCON in 90, coached by Ghana's.
And then it stabbed you in the heart.
Bro,
Me, I'm surprised people
Then
watch the
Jatobeko
draw.
went and tweeted in his integrity. That is your personal. Who cares about that?
No, he's
It's
going-
only
he's
you and
going
your
to come.
family. We congratulate you, but we are not concerned about that. How can you, on the day of the draw, then you go and tweet that you've passed your integrity?
it's part
whatever.
of the
Life goes on for him.
Pass,
And
he
look,
passed
look,
what?
look,
He passed-
what's
I
part
don't-
of
I-
the
FA's achievement.
No, what that tells you
Oh,
and I
okay,
is that
okay.
Yeah, it's
he
part
doesn't
because
care
I mean
about
that's
that.
no, that's,
Honorable members, order.
Me,
He doesn't care about
you see, me, because of the vets, now I've been very busy.
No, I'm saying that.
Yeah, so
Look,
I
at the time he put that out on Facebook, I mean, it's part of. So maybe bringing just some lights on the FA. So
Let the man do
Time-
this. Let the man do this.
timing.
The timing of that post was very wrong.
Honorable members, order.
The pain in our heart. We are watching the AFCON draw, and Ghana is not part. Then just about
He's
that
try-
time,
he's
then
trying
go
to-
and put
he's
on
trying to
Facebook
make
one
Ghana-
that
no,
now
no.
you've been cleared to go and sit on the
Honorable member, you are not cleared to be speaking. You are finished making your point. Honorable members, order.
Coach, I disagree with you. It's an honor for Ghana for our president to be on the CAF Egg school. It's an honor. So,
again, we won't benefit any.
Let's
Honorable number,
let's
your
take
mic
note.
is on.
Coach,
Your
it's a-
mic is on.
Please stay.
Coach,
Please
coach,
stay.
coach,
Please stay.
Coach,
Please stay
I
on
disagree with
subject.
you.
Stay on
It's an
subject.
it's an honor.
Coach, how you go carry the tables?
Stay on subject.
It's
Stay
an
on subject.
honor for our president to be on the X school. So let's give it the credit it deserves. Congratulations, Mr. President. Anyway, let me go back to the point. You can't always have people holding his hands. You've sacked all his assistants. And as we said, this is the first time I've heard of this in football, that a team is failing. But this is the first time I've heard that a team is failing and you sack one of the assistants. Is it that he owns the Black Stars that you can't sack him? You see, so for me,
They still, it means they still think he's good enough.
all of this.
That's just what they are telling us.
If you think,
No, but that's what they are telling
but you
us.
see, if you think it's good enough, it means the standard you have for Ghana football is
It's
that
very low.
if we can't qualify for the AFCON, it's okay. Because based on his performances, what he's doing is not okay. The minimum for Ghana should not. It's not even go to the AFCON. No,
It's winning the AFCON.
I wouldn't say that's the minimum because it's been a long time. It's make an impact at the tournament. If you go to the AFCON, even if you have a bad quarterfinals, that's the standard Ghana has had over the last. Let's say in the last from about 2008.
Yeah,
It's
15 years.
2008 to 2017.
Yeah, let's say
That was semi-final.
let's say
We started failing from 2019.
yeah, but let's just say from 2008. So the best part of the last 20 years,
Yeah.
our standard has been semi-final. But even to give them grace, we say what you have to do is quarterfinals. They can't even get out of the group stage. You see, they are letting standards drop, and they are trying to make us accept the new standards. It won't happen. That one, they won't happen. So they should forget about it. So if Otoado can't qualify for the AFCON, it's very simple. And me, I gave Otoado all the room. I saw things I didn't like, but I said, look, at the very least, if he can get to the AFCON, he might.
Very moderate in the assessment of it.
No, because I was fair. You have to be fair to someone that if they are doing their job, let them give them all the chance. Give them all the chance to do their job. So I said that if he can even get us to the AFCON and show some improvements, let's give him that. But he couldn't even do the bare minimum. And when I say bare minimum, it's like wearing a shirt to work. That's what we asked him to do, and he couldn't do it. So really,
Iron shirt.
you see, an iron shirt is going to the AFCON and going out at the group stage. He couldn't wear a shirt to work. Very minimum things we are asking for him to do. If he couldn't do that, he had to go. And that's the simple truth of the matter. That's how these things work. So for us to now be sacking assistants, video this, it doesn't make sense.
But wait. I think we've all forgotten, and I think we need to ask the FA one question. What happened to Joseph Lohman? When they brought him in, they put out a statement and they told us, yes. So if he's gone, if he's the scapegoat, come and tell us that he's no longer
The
part
FA,
of.
the FA released the new list at 11 p.m. and you are here asking me this question.
No, that's unfair to the people of Ghana.
They know what they are doing.
Have you forgotten they told us that they are not accountable to the people of Ghana? They said they are accountable to football people. So Abeku, you're a football person. Abeku is a football person. So Abeku, go and get your accountability for us. Go and find out. Go and find out.
Something. I mean, briefly.
No, I'll just finish by look. We are moving. You see, we are shuffling the deck, but at this point, the deck, all the cards are torn. Bring a new deck. That's all we need to do. Forget Otoado. We've given him the chance. We've given him all the rope in the world.
Yep.
And
Now,
at this point,
he's hanging himself.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. He's hanging himself with the rope.
Yep.
So please go away. That's all I'll say.
Please make your point quickly before we move on.
Ben, let's put on record that there was a meeting at the Ghana Football Association in relation to Otoado's stay, whether he should stay or not. Now, the member that sat in that meeting, a lot of them didn't want Otoado to stay. That's no.
And also they mean Jindi.
Oh no,
I don't.
I'm telling you
but
what
me-
I
but-
have been told from a meeting
okay,
that
cool.
transpired.
But I mean, I don't believe them.
You are
They all
insider.
they all wanted.
Oh, GFA's insider.
You are
GFA's insider. Hey.
Please make your point. Please go
I don't
on.
understand why. I don't understand what's happening, but
Honorable members, order.
Answer the question.
let me answer. Let me answer the
Honorable members, order.
You see,
One person
for my
at a
thoughts
time.
not-
Yeah,
just
Mama
collapse.
Kasamcho. What Abeku just said. Me, I told you, I don't sit on the school, but there is a member on that school. He calls me all the time.
Yeah.
What Abeku saying is 100% true.
Fair. Okay.
Ketukreku single-handedly. If you Abeku,
Autocracy. Autocracy.
I
You
don't
will not
know-
say-
I don't know that.
That
for-
one you may say you don't know.
I don't know that for a fact.
Please make your point. Make your point devoid of Christopher's additions. Make your point.
Fantastic. So I'm saying that there were a number of considerations. This coach was hired somewhere in March of last year. If not, yeah, I stand to be corrected. Somewhat in March, and down the line in December of the same year, the coach performs abysmally, but in his contract, the clauses also bind him to qualifying Ghana so to the World Cup and all those details and whatnot. The FA was critical about the fact that now, how many months into this coach's contract? He signed for 34 months, right? 34 months, 3 years on his contract. There's a new government that is coming into power. There's a new government in power. How do we then go and explain to the government in power? Because for whatever the FA might say in relation to how we paid the remuneration of Hoodla and we paid the salary and what have you for his hotel, for a hotel and what have you, the government would give the FA back its money spent on a national team coach. That's for records as well. So how to explain to the next government how the compensations or if you want, should he be sacked, how do we then pay the rest of the money came into discussion also.
They will pay the money.
Coach,
The FA will pay that money from their coffers.
Please
No,
calm down.
hold on. Let him build.
Unless I am dead.
I beg you.
Relax. Don't do that.
Then
Let him
the
From
argument.
their coffers.
let him make his point.
And Ben, the argument of whether he's experienced or not came into the picture. Then they went back to the notes. They went back to the note of, okay, when we decided to put, the information out that we needed the coach, who did we have on our list? So let's run through that list and see who we can cover in terms of salary. So when we go and make the same argument to government that, look, the coach is just 48 years old and he's inexperienced. He's not coached a mainstream team before. For his credentials, it's just with a B team, at a club, in club level football. So if we give him somebody who is experienced, a winner for that fact, it would help improve him and probably maybe beef up the technical team, because then it was just made up of 2 assistant coach. One they claim was preferred, from the coach's perspective, who's also relatively younger, experienced, while not too deep on the African continent and what have you, and 2 Ghanaians that the FA, in its opinion, feel that they being on the job would help them increase in knowledge.
The Black Stars is not a place for intensives.
You hold on. I'm telling you some of these arguments that resulted into what we have now. Then they know that Ghanaians have called for a psychologist for a longer period of time. The last time I spoke to a psychologist, not on record, he was questioning why we do not have a psychologist, because he understands that even players at the highest level in terms of professionalism and of course if you want experiences in the number of times they've been in the game would need at a point in time some talks from from special people who are experts in some key areas. So a lot of considerations went in. Then they said that the team will need someone who would assess opposition team and help the technical team then area in the capacity of a video analysis to come and break down the opposition team, to not the coach alone and what's the other game, Leoman and John Pinto and what's the other guy's name, Lion and the rest of the guys. But Fatal Dauda. But we need something like a team, like a proper technical setup. Because then people again, and on this show has also called for, and I tell you what, the FA listens to the show. So they know when we mention that the team will need a psychologist, the team will need a video assistant, an analyst, a video analyst. The team needs a technical director, advisor, and what have you. But my question is that Chris Hughton was the technical advisor for Otoado. You know,
I have
and
Hold on. Hold on. What's this?
I received. You finish. Oh, Charlie, Ghana was for one
so
one of my colleagues who is lecturing in the UK, he sent me said, Coach, my students, those I teach, are always teasing me. Those from Nigeria, those from South Africa, they are teasing me that Ghana didn't qualify for the AFCON.
Yeah, falling off.
So
please land for me. 30 seconds.
The reason for then again keeping him on was that, you know, prior to we giving him full job or what have you, he had drawn 4 and lost 4 times in the 12 games that he had played in the past. So then they feel they give him room and give him experienced heads around him and the right professionals, i.e. Psychologists, video assistants, referee, double assistant, people who are ambitious and want to experiment. Yeah, because
Charlie, they are a joke. The FA, they are a joke. We are here. We are letting people use our national team to do attachments. Anyway, let me read messages coming in. This one says that, please, what's the meaning of the Ghana song Coach has been singing this evening? Coach and
Coach, you know,
behave yourself over there with the bad lyrics. Anyway, this one says
the Ghana song is he referring to?
I'm sure it's Aye.
Is it Aye?
It says Teria from Adenta says, I'm even confused as to why on earth the FA needed to meet to decide whether Otto needed to stay or go. In a perfect world, he should have sent a resignation letter right after the referee blew the whistle in Angola.
German trip.
But in the worst case scenario, he should have received a call in the morning after with his marching orders. God help us. Anyway, more messages. This one here says, greetings guys, the rabbi get nice voice, so please allow him to sing once again. Akosia Ahin from Adenta. This one here says that Kurt does not know the value of the position he holds and does not respect the people who put him there. I want to ask Kurt that on what basis did he choose to bring back Otoado? Was his performance great or he met the criteria needed? Ayuba Halilu with that one. This one here says that upon all the people to ask the minister a question, they chose Mustafa Yusuf and he to see what he went to do. Honorable Kofi Adams must ensure he deals with the FA the way the taxpayer of the country determines. After all, it's our money that pays them. St. Pablo from Chado with that one. This one says that all those fans waiting for the Black Stars to qualify and go to the US, change your mind. Donald Trump is waiting at the airport. This one says, please tell Coach that I beg him, he should tell the Stanbic folks that I beg, I need a job. Hey, this guy's come again. Anyway, I told you to come and see me. He didn't come. Anyway, he says, hi Ben and team. Tonight, Coach is behaving like Afenyo Marking. He's just here to disrupt the show like Afenyo Marking did to the veteran. No. Baba Gariba from London. Charlie, guys, it's true. You see, no, he's not. He's trying. Today he has been extra mischievous. That's why I'm on honorable members.
Honorable nominee.
I'm here to make sure that it has been.
Right. You see, I took him. And then I brought him back. When I introduced, I said, "You are a very handsome man."
Don't do that. Anyway, let me read. Let me read one more. This one says that you see, in other jurisdictions, when you fail this abysmally, the people in charge of football will resign. But here, you have them having the guts to revamp another irrelevant team to lead the Black Stars. Yep, not too happy. Let me just touch on a few key points from the minister's vetting and some of the interviews he's been doing. We'll move on to some Don't Call Me. So please prepare our Don't Call Me sick tune. Some people's players are leaving. Anyway, first thing is that he says that there's the possibility that a stipend will be provided for Ghana Premier League players. It is under discussion. We'll talk about
that. You won't see the light of it.
That I support but those
Ghana
the teams
Premier League
belong to individuals.
Yes, no.
So if you
So,
pay individual,
so
the-
modalities
the
are
players,
modalities
what
are
about you pay?
being modalities are being discussed.
how much you pay?
I don't call me that one.
At
Well,
all.
well,
no, no.
it's
We
something.
won't agree
It's
to
something
that.
they have in the pipeline. It's not.
No, but
it's
that-
not. We don't know for a fact if it's going to be taxpayers.
What
money.
they,
We
what
don't
they
know.
should what they should try and do is find sponsorships so the teams pay better because
Well.
their stipend.
Well,
I don't know. You see, their
Where did it
stipend.
come from?
He
Yeah,
says,
that's
he
why they
says,
should find
he
sponsors.
says
They
they'll
should
collaborate with the state agency. So,
So-
i.e. maybe Ghana Gas, GMPC.
No, it's our money. Ghana, the money is not for
Those
them.
organizations are overly burdened by these kind of initiatives.
unnecessary.
Oh, unnecessary.
If you go and pay with somebody's player money, now the pana got
Instead of
When they sell
No,
the
see,
player, will they give a percentage of
yeah,
their
all,
fee to
all,
Ghana
all,
Gas?
all those, good. So all those things are actually in there. No, hold on. He said I just floated. He said the thing is under
Instead on
discussion.
arrival, do you
And
know?
hold on.
How's
He says it is being discussed. We don't know the details of it yet.
Don't discuss it.
That's how they say. Don't discuss. Thank you. Don't discuss it.
You're going to discuss
Oh,
what?
they should end
Don't
the
discuss
discussion.
it. GMBC and Ghana Gas and Co. The money they make, they should be investing it in that industry and sector
Thank
that
you.
they make. I'm floating an idea. I'm just giving you examples. Not be floating money in Black Stars that doesn't bring back any kind of
Why
leverage
can't the
and
Black Stars
proper
get
mileage.
sponsorship? No, seriously. I asked this question when I was writing. Why can't the Black Stars get sponsorship? All these
The Black
companies.
Stars have sponsorship.
But you see, why can't they get sponsorship to the point that they can pay their own bills?
I'm
Why
sure-
does the government have to come
I
in?
definitely think they
Do you
can pay
understand?
their own
Do you
bills.
understand what I'm saying? Why does the government have to subsidize the Black Stars?
Okay, cool.
One of the biggest brands in this country can't get enough sponsorship to pay their. It means that the budgeting, whoever's in charge of finance.
Have you seen the Black Stars training kits? There are so many sponsors. There's nowhere to fit anything else.
So where's the money?
That's a good
Where's
question.
the money?
Now
Oral.
now
Okuji
he-
to a black one. Oral.
He also did say that the GFA should never skip the NSA to deal directly with the sports ministry. He says there must be proper checks and balances.
Yeah.
So
So
he's going
very
to
good.
ensure that the GFA deal with the NSA before anything gets to him.
Very
Don't
good.
come
To-
to my office directly.
to add to it, today I was at his
Yeah.
office. So
Yeah.
he said that the NSA in the past have had like bad personnel's leading, and so they'll make sure that that place is reviewed in terms of bringing in people who can actually do the job. Because according to him, the GFA on several occasions have like kicked the NSA somewhere and say, "Yeah, we'll bypass you
Yep.
and go straight to the ministry
Yeah.
to deal with them," which is not supposed to be so.
Yeah, he also said that there's going to be reclassification to know how to spread the budgets for sports. So there's that. He talked about issues to do with Ghana's AFCON qualification failure, and we talked about that already. He says that he is greatly concerned about Otoado's future as Black Stars head coach, and that discussions will go on to see the way forward because he doesn't want to make any pronouncements now.
So that I didn't agree with him. So Honorable Kofi Adam, if the Black
But
Stars,
he can't. No, but he can't.
listen.
He's minister designate. He cannot.
Yeah, so
it will be inappropriate for him
what
to go on
he should
record.
be saying is that if the moment he takes the job, he fire him
Oh.
because no, but true. What at all has it done to be kept in the job, Kofi? If the Black staff,
No, but you know that it's not just about sacking him. You need to sack him. You have qualifiers in March. There's money to be paid.
we can get some people.
There are rollover effects.
Which
There are rollover effects.
which effect? Which rollover effect?
I'm just telling you.
There's
If
no rollover
if you
effect.
sack Otoado, you need to pay him compensation.
Who?
You need to pay
You
him
see,
compensation.
Nketa, that statement,
You need to pay him.
that is where the FA will be exposed. I keep saying this thing though. You cannot put this man on a contract without any performance-related clauses. So if we don't qualify for the workout, we can't sack Otoado.
One more thing. He says that we will review. Hold on. We will review the GFA's new appointments onto the Black Stars Technical Committee. This will be one of my first engagements with the FA. Can we get a cheaper option than Schaefer? Can we pay him less? Does he or does his contract allow for a review? We'll look at all that. He said that. So
He doesn't even
Coach,
have a contract
Coach.
until the ministry sanction it. Is that not the way it works when it comes
Yeah.
to I'm the paying master?
Yep.
So you don't give the man a contract if
unless
I'm
you
not
haven't
sanctioning
spoken
it.
to me, that's
What is
true.
this?
Okay, so those are the excerpts from
He doesn't have
Kofi
a
Adams's
contract. So
thing.
Kofi Adams, honorable, please.
Let
His
me-
contract is only validated
Yeah.
based upon your approval. To
Let
the
me
president.
read a few excerpts.
You know,
So
you're-
Susu Graham did a little letter to Kofi Adams on the things he should be doing. Let me just read a part that I liked and what the minister should be taking note of. So he says that There are many more issues with our sector, but the last I will touch on is visa fraud and athletes and officials absconding on official trips. This must stop, and if any athletes decide to go missing, the sports ministry should assist the host country in fishing these people out and facilitating their deportation. I'll continue. Their actions hurt everyone who will come after them. Embassies will be less lenient, and our athletes will potentially miss out on later opportunities because earlier groups abused the opportunity to leave our shores to try and relocate. The sports ministry is not a travel agency and must not be used as such. I like this very much. Go to City Sports GH to read the rest of that letter. Let me go over to the English Premier League. Let me get into the Premier League because we have a big game weekend. Arsenal up against Manchester City, but also with the Premier League, big transfer news is that Aston Villa have sold their young sensation in John Duran, Colombian international. I believe he's 21 years old, for 70 million or 75?
77 million euros.
Yeah.
80 million.
Just snap. Let's do thoughts on that, guys. Big money for Villa. Durant. Wajiska, clearly, but people are not happy. It's the whole Asamoah Al-Ain situation all over again.
You see, that's where it's misplaced because they were comparing him to Ivan Toney, Asamoah, all those things. But those guys were at the latter part of their careers. Careers.
Yeah. He's just
John
21.
Duran is 21. He can go cash out, make all that generational world, and still get back into a top 5 European league, like let's say the Dutch league, or top 7, the Dutch league, the Portuguese league, or the French league.
But the
and
things,
by the time he comes
become
back,
accustomed to, the fine things you become accustomed to on the salary, you can't go to those leagues again.
no, let's say you are tired of being in Saudi Arabia. Maybe you are not too cool with the culture, but it's because of the money that you made that move. And so after 3 years, you want to leave. After 3 years, after 4 years,
he signed a 6-year contract too.
Yeah. Okay, 6 years. Even if after you play, let's say 5 years of that deal, and you get back into Europe, that's 26 years. You are still in your athletic prime. You can still get to play some very solid football till you face out. Meanwhile, you've already made wealth for your family, generational wealth. So for me, I absolutely don't commit this move. Knowing very well that you in the Saudi league, no, you wouldn't be really tested physically like the way you would if you are playing in the
Cristiano
English
Ronaldo
Premier
said
League.
that it's hot. The temperature is very difficult to play at 45 degrees.
They don't play during the summer periods. They play in the.
Are you arguing with Cristiano Ronaldo?
Forget about him. They don't play in the summer period. They play around September, which is still hot, but they play around midnight. So the temperature is quite cool enough. It's still hot, but it's quite cool enough.
And it gets cold in the winter, like 5 degrees and things.
No, I'm talking about
I'm just
when
saying,
they start the season.
but they even play around this time. It's like 5 degrees.
It's like 5 degrees. So he talking about 45 degrees. I mean, come on, it's an exaggeration.
He said it's hotter than France.
It's an exaggeration. He should just give us a break. And so for me, John Duran, I absolutely don't commit this move because he can get to experience the best of both worlds. You can go out there, make as much money as you ever make, and still get back to doing what you really love, competing at the very highest level. So for me, absolutely,
I just want to add something to what Yao said. I hate it so much when football fans start this thing.
Why is he
leaving? This.
The money grab.
What the thing he's leaving is that maybe in 10 years you'll be arguing that he's better than Thierry Henry. That's why he's leaving. What does that do for him?
Nothing.
In all sense, John Duran wants to get money.
And to be honest, if he wanted to play for passion, he would have stayed in Colombia.
You that you are at your job. If someone offered you, he was making what? I saw that he was making like 50,000
pounds a week.
50,000 pounds a week. Now he's making, let's say, 300. Yep. Let's even say 300. That's what 60 times.
Yep. And tax free too.
You as you are sitting here, if someone offered you 60 times your salary, you won't go.
That's crazy.
No, seriously. Let's be honest. If someone offered you
people
60
are not
times your salary, will you not go?
Susu, is he smoke this people? The people in Colombia, I chanced on this thread. Go and look at the way they are happy that John Duran is going to Saudi and going
for real
pocket his money.
If he wanted to play for fun, he would have stayed in Colombia.
Do you know the argument? The argument, that's what you have said. He's not going to play for the entire 6 years.
Even if he plays the entire 6 years.
He's still quite a lot.
27.
And you see, Ben, first off, he's Colombian. He's what? South American. He's got kids to feed.
Yep.
It's not that he has kids to
Oh,
feed.
okay.
Let me even give you an example. Tevez. Remember Tevez went to China for 2 years?
Yeah.
And he was one of the highest paid players in the world at that time. At that time, he was collecting like 500,000 a week
Crazy
back
money.
in the day. Tevez said that the reason he did that was he came back. He moved his whole extended family out of the ghetto. He built 30 houses in a better neighborhood. 30 houses in a better neighborhood
Crazy.
to get his family away from the drugs, the violence, the this.
Yeah.
30 houses.
Change life for
That's the whole neighborhood.
He's changed his, not just his immediate family. He's changed everybody
whole
called
community.
Tevez. He's changed their lives.
And per sport track.
and you see, people think that obviously, if you save and you manage your money well on a smaller salary as a footballer, you can still do that.
Yeah.
But why do you need to make it difficult for yourself when there's a path right there?
Quick.
No one is right there for you. Come on, I think
But,
you should be so serious.
th-
If you could get a chance to change everybody with your surname, that you like is your family, their lives, won't you take it? So I think we should be honest with ourselves sometimes about these
And
things.
this one is per
You go-
sport track. He earns 3.9 million pounds annually. But with this Saudi deal, he will earn $15 million.
He's gone to 15.
15
Yeah.
million. That's like 4 times your salary.
Yeah, whatever the
4
case,
times. And it's tax free too.
whatever the case and the amount he's earning, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I think like we should be honest with ourselves. You right now that you're hustling so you can build a house,
Media.
so you can put your family in.
Lies.
Oh, come on.
And even with that British villa salary, it's before tax.
It's going to play football.
Football.
What
End
do
of
they
story.
do in England?
Play football.
They play football.
End of story.
When they get ball at Atwa.
Talk to me about your guy. Patrick Dogu is coming. So he doesn't start for Lecce against United. Bench on his last game for the Italian club. He's traveling to get his medical done
Yeah,
today.
you see, he's 20 years old. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I've not actually watched him play. But if you look at the system of Amorim, this should be somebody
He
who
plays in that
solves-
kind of system.
Yeah,
He's
this
a
is
wing back.
somebody who solves a problem. And a problem that, in my view, is a major problem. And when you see Man United play, the fact that Diego Dallo has been asked to do a job, a very uncomfortable job. If you can get a 20-year-old who is coming for close to 25 million pounds, and if you can get him to improve, he may be a bargain. But as we speak, I'm only very okay with the age of the player, the potential of the player, and the manager he's coming to play under. I want to give Amorim the benefit of the doubt, and for him to have identified that this is the player who solves. I'm told that there were 2 options.
Yeah.
His first option was the guy at Sporting Lisbon, and Dogu was the second option. So Lisbon told him that, look, you cannot do this to us. Already since he left,
Yeah.
they've had some very undulating performances.
yeah.
The investors say that the Sporting Lisbon Sunday night straight win and over 1.5, they stop coming.
That's right. So you cannot do that. So I think it's a move I would don't me based on the age and the potential profile of the player. So I don't have
Anyway,
a problem.
I know you guys don't care, but Atamelo is on his way to Spain.
Hirona.
Atamelo is still playing football. Is that not your former player?
I honestly,
Oh, Charlie, don't do
I have
that.
to be honest. Sometimes it's so sad how one transfer can just
It can ruin your
derail
whole
you, because
career.
I think he was doing okay at Barca. Then this Juventus move and it's like
Yep.
Juventus.
It's been downhill since.
Because he's been at Juventus this whole
Yep.
half season. He's not been playing.
Yep. Came on loan to Liverpool, didn't play a game as well.
But
All
I have
of
to
that.
say something on the Patrick Dogu thing. I believe teams are taking advantage of Manchester United. In all honesty, I think some of the fees.
But is this new? This has been happening for years.
No. Look, he's a Belgian international. He's 20 years old. Per the market of late.
40 million.
No, it's not 40. It's 25 million pounds, which is around 30,
That's
32
added on.
million.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay, so
you
plus
see,
add-ons.
okay, you see,
Yes,
me, I've
so-
been seeing 40. That's why
Yeah.
I
It's not
was.
40.
I've seen 40 million. all
Okay, 25 is a bit on the high side, but it's.
It's decent for
I
somebody. that-
retract the point. I retract the
You
point. If
see,
it's 25,
in
I
the
retract
current
it.
market, if somebody is giving you a 20-year-old player, a player that if you can get to improve
Prove, yeah.
in 5
It's a
years,
bargain,
time, if you were
actually.
to sell, you make a lot of
Yeah,
money.
25 is fine, but 40, you see,
It's not
40, but you see, because the 40 was always reported. That's why I was a bit concerned.
Stay on another transfer for me. Matisse Tell, young French international striker, winger, attacking.
He
midfielder.
rejected Spurs, by
Daniel-
the way. He told them that he's not interested.
That's interesting because I just saw 5 hours ago that Daniel Levy has flown to Germany to actually accelerate talks with his agent.
The guy said that he doesn't. You see, and if he goes in, it's a horrible move.
It's a
How so?
Look,
Because
you see,
Spurs?
no, let me explain. Because look at where Spurs are now. There's no chance they qualify for Europe unless through their cups, which is a long shot. It's not like it's impossible, but it's a long shot. You go to a team that's, I mean, in terms of playing and the fact that look, Son is getting older.
Yeah.
There's a place for him, a short place in the squad. So playing wise is great, but the current Spurs situation where the manager is under a lot of pressure, the team is not doing well. They are unlikely to play in Europe next season.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a smart transfer. Let Spurs stabilize, see what happens, and in the summer, if you still want to move, then you come back. I think Spurs in January, this January especially, where things are so, because imagine results don't get better and they get relegated.
Yeah.
you see,
And remember we thought Leicester are doing bad. Leicester were in a similar position the year they got relegated like this, and we thought it wouldn't happen, and it happened.
Yeah.
So I think if you are a smart player, Spurs this January, if you go on loan,
Yeah.
go on loan with an option to buy.
That's what Spurs wanted to do, but
I
Bayern
think-
say they're only willing to
Yeah,
do business on a permanent basis.
I think the best option should be Manchester United. A loan with the option to buy.
Isn't your attack line already crowded?
No, they are not crowded.
You have
Man United
Xerxes, you
sits
have
on the
Højlund
bench. No, Man United. This is a player who can play
across.
as any of the number 10, and he can play in that role.
Yeah.
And Man United are offering him a low move. So if his agents are smart, they should allow him to take up the loan move, come and test his pulse in the Premiership,
Yeah.
and see how it goes for the next 3 months. If it goes well, then he can think of, because this first team, if you commit yourself for his age, how many times have we seen?
He's like 19.
Yeah, he's like 19, and he wants to get to the next level. You are leaving Bayern Munich. Why you don't want to go? You don't want to go to a team whose DNA will not allow you
To be yourself.
to be yourself and then
Develop.
target the next big
Develop,
thing
yeah.
in your footballing career.
Yeah.
So I agree 100% with you. So if you say if he goes to Spurs, it will not be the smartest of move.
Let's
I
see.
think
Let's see
he-
how that
You
plays
see,
out.
I would
Just
think
quickly,
in
I'll
the
move,
summer,
yeah.
I don't think Spurs is a bad move necessarily, but as they are right now,
Yeah.
with the threat
There's
of
a- there's a lot
relegation,
up in the
there are
air.
a lot of turmoil because Ange Postecoglou wants you, the next manager doesn't fancy you, and your career can stall. So I think you should wait until the summer. If they change coach, they keep coach. It's a bit better. It's a bit smarter. So I think right now Spurs just look like a bad move for me. But I heard he's very interested in Arsenal as well. This is what their reports are saying
Yep.
because Arsenal are also sniffing
Yep,
around.
yep.
So-
They're trying to see if the Spurs
and
deal
to be
will
fair, the
happen.
way Martinelli is playing, I think that's another option for
Yeah.
him. But
Well-
I always say when you look at the market and see that how much Kivica Kvaratskhelia went for, it will be a bit crazy if I see teams playing around 50-60 million for some of these young players.
It's going to happen. Brace yourself. Yeah, talk to me about Kaoru Mitoma.
Oh yeah.
Al Nassr have made a 90 plus 5 million euro bid for Kaoru Mitoma. Brighton says they should get out.
Oh, but I'm very shocked.
Coach,
that
thank
they-
you. Thank you.
They are not serious.
I'm very shocked that they rejected that move.
How
They-
so?
Oh no, this is money.
Mitoma's what, 27,
He's
28?
27. He will be 28 later this year. This is
They
big.
turn this down. They are not selling
Big-
him anything closer to
Big,
50
this is
million.
big money.
They
Why do you
don't-
turn it down? And it's not like you don't have options. That's the thing.
They have so many wingers.
You have so many wingers. Now even Enciso, they've loaned him out. Ghana's Ibrahim Osman, they've loaned him out to Feyenoord.
They have
so many.
They have Adingra,
Jakuba Minte,
who
so
else?
many options.
Ruta can play wide. Joao Pedro
Joao
can
Pedro
play wide.
Yep.
I don't know why they've rejected this move. Honestly, this is a bad move for me. Bad business deal. Take the money.
Unless it's that the player doesn't want to go.
Yeah,
That could be
the
because
case.
They said Brighton want to keep him, basically.
Wow.
But if I was Tony Blue, man, I'll carry him to Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
and buy back. Seriously.
Seriously negotiate with him
Because I don't-
and get this
And,
deal done.
and the irony is that Mitoma doesn't even have that much value now.
Yes,
Mitoma
because-
should not be bought for more than 40
And
million
they should
right
use
now.
Evan Ferguson's from grace to grass or fluctuation in value as a lesson. Evan Ferguson last 2 seasons,
Yep.
his market value was close to what, 100 million pounds.
Yep.
This season,
Nobody's
right now,
buying for even 50 million.
West Ham are looking to get him on loan because they have a striker issue. They don't have any strikers. Fulkrug is injured. Antonio is also injured. He will be gone for like a year, and Jared Bowen is also injured. So they don't have anyone to line up in that front. Their last game they played, it was Mohamed Kudus who played as a false nine. He will let the attack, and so that's why they are in for a loan for Evan Ferguson. And now Evan Ferguson's market value is almost dead. They should use him, Evan Ferguson's tail, as a yardstick and get the money, cash in now.
But they are not serious.
But you see,
they are not serious.
But you see, I want to say something. Mitoma has more value to Saudi clubs than other players because of AFC Champions League registration rules. So
that's a good point.
So if they don't even sell him this summer, they know that the market for Mitoma will always be good. So I think they can
but
wait.
Will you get the same money?
I think they can wait until the summer, to be honest, in terms of the fact that because of the AFC Champions League, another Saudi team might come, Al Nassr might come. I don't think the window is closed for Mitoma at all. So I would say that you do usually when you get an offer like this, you take it. But I'll say in this specific situation, it's not the end of the world as it seems.
Well, another bit of news is that United will allow Tyrone Malacia, my good friend, to go on loan if Dogu is eventually completed or if he completes his move. So Malacia will be allowed to go on loan. In other news, what's their name? Al Itifag have sacked Steven Gerrard. I needed to put that on record.
Lampard parted ways.
Oh, forget that.
Can you imagine if he was asking?
Forget that language.
Can you imagine if he was Aston Villa? Can you imagine if he was Aston Villa manager? Where they will be?
They would have been in the championship. Anyway, just like the way Rooney and Lampard have been catching him, Gerrard is my legend, but coaching on Nadia.
So on the team, they call relegation.
Oh, you would have relegated them.
You know, I blame the English FA and the way English football is run. Look at other countries, their young coaches, how they are given time. They manage some.
They go around like they get proper experience.
They manage like a reserve team for 2-3 years before they are set into the world. What job did Lampard do before he went to Derby County? What job did Gerrard do before he went to Rangers? What job did Rooney do before he went straight to Derby County as well?
Rooney, they're globetrotter from MLS to Plymouth account.
Seriously, they don't even settle and learn a way to manage before they kind of just get thrown into it. They don't learn. It's like they don't learn the fundamentals. So.
Anyway, another one is that Jordan Henderson is close to joining Monaco from Ajax. I thought that Ajax move was a disaster, but I think he just wanted to get out of Saudi Arabia by fire by force.
He said they weren't paying him, so
crazy.
And you know he lost a lot of respect because you know he was
the LGBTQ.
He was a big LGBTQ campaigner. Then you go to Saudi, so they're like, hey. What were you? Well,
you are not a man of your word.
You're not standing on business.
Basically. Coach, finish the discussion for us. Let's do a preview of the big game this weekend. Arsenal are up against Manchester City again.
If they don't win, already I believe they will not win the league. But if they don't win, then clearly there's no competition.
Yeah.
Liverpool has a free ride all the way.
What determines who takes this game away? Because Man City have been
to do with the midfield.
A bit undulating.
I think that party. Declan Rice, Odegaard midfield, I think will clearly dominate that makeshift midfield of Gundogan, Kovacic, and then whoever, and then Bernardo Silva, because I think the party Declan Rice combo are more accustomed to physicality and winning the ball, and I mean, look, they understand the rudiments of playing in that role. When it comes to Man City, I think they are very easy to play through, and that is going to be their downfall. So, if for them to get anything out of the game, Pep will have to play it smart. Smart means they cannot play a high line, because they don't press like they used to press. Erling Haaland, one thing that most people don't see is that he's not good at pressing. The Argentine boy they sold to Atletico Madrid.
He's a very hard worker.
That's why Simeone likes him.
He runs like a dog. The ball than Erling Haaland. So what Man City cannot afford to do is that if you choose to play a high line, then the press must be properly triggered. Because if you don't trigger and those who are to anticipate and block the channel don't follow suit, and Arsenal are able to bypass. There's nobody in that midfield who's stopping Declan Rice when he's driving the ball through the space or through the hole. That's going to be a big problem. And again, on the fullbacks, Man City look very weak. The Portuguese boy that Pep Guardiola is improvising with,
Mateus Nunes.
Look, it will be an eyesore.
Right back today, left back tomorrow.
Or Trossard don't get him on that flank and take him to the
Trossard, he won't do anything.
Martinelli, in my view, should go back to the left. And the boy who scored in midweek if he's available, the Arsenal left-footed, the one who
If
plays
now
like
when
Saka,
you
he should be on the left, and they should take on the fullbacks of Man City. For once, this is all Mikel Arteta's. It's his to lose. I'm very sure. Look, if he doesn't win this,
So
the Arsenal supporters
City are
will
on
be sad.
41 points, Arsenal are on 47.
Yes, and there's Liverpool. If they're to win the game in hand, that gives them how many advantage? I think 9 points advantage.
Yeah.
So what Arsenal cannot afford to do, they cannot afford not to win. They have to win so that Liverpool, if they win, and Liverpool is going to Bournemouth, a very difficult, tricky game per the form of Bournemouth. So it's like the challenge is there. But Arsenal, too, in being tipped to win the game, they have to be very smart. The smartness starts with Mikel Arteta. He needs to calm down. You see, when you acknowledge the opposition, that these guys are at their weakest since I have known them, that is where they may be most dangerous.
As Chelsea experienced last week.
That's when they may be most dangerous. So you need to you don't rush it. Play it smart, be coordinated in your approach, and ASAP when you need to punish. My only worry again about us is the fact that they create a lot, but they don't score a lot.
Yeah.
Harvest. We need to put those chances
Harvest
away.
and our conversion rate.
Because one thing that is said, Man City, if you look at it, they are not the sort of team that tend to concede from set pieces.
Nope.
Because they've got big lads. The Akanji, the John Stones, the Erling Haaland, they are very good at defending corner kicks and set pieces. So Arsenal themselves may be limited in that regard. So what they need to do is to cut, because Man City are easy to play through. So cut them. We saw them against PSG. Even the midweek Champions League game that they won, we saw. If that was a better clinical opposition from is it Bruges?
Yeah, Club Brugge.
I think they would have worried
Club
them.
Brugge, they're not that good. Like
Club
if you
Brugge,
look
they
at
are
their
not
player,
them.
look,
Club
Migno-
Brugge, they made bad subs at halftime and it cost them.
also Mignolet was
So
in
look-
goal. That should tell you the type of player they have in that
They
team.
have-
No offense.
Samuel Mignolet.
Yeah, me.
Maybe I pronounce it the gun way. Samuel Mignolet.
I'm
So-
looking forward to see Phil Foden, who's now he looks like he's back in form. I look
Not
forward to
fully.
see.
He's warming up.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he goes in the
been
last few
getting cool chop.
Yeah, but I look forward to see him be the guy in the middle, playing behind Erling Haaland, because now Omar Mamouche has come in, and so he will take one half,
I think he's one
one side
player
of their
Arsenal
wing,
has to
and so yeah, I look forward to see him. I think Bernardo Silva will be best in this game coming off the bench, because you need people who are a little bit more mobile in that department, and knowing very well that Matheus Nunes should be able to start this game, because he's a better player in terms of mobility at this point in Bernardo Silva's career. Knowing very well that last week John Stones played in that game against Chelsea, so yeah, I fancy him starting in this matchup. So I don't expect to see Matheus Nunes play in that right full back position. I think once they do that, yeah, I think they should be able to beat Arsenal in this one.
Well, guys, that's the lowdown on the Premier League. The slate has a few interesting games.
Just a short one for those who are interested in the Portuguese league. Wanderson Galeno of Porto has moved for 50 million to Al Hilal.
Left winger.
Yes, Al
Yeah,
Ali.
I like
yes,
that guy.
it's
That
Al
guy's
Ali.
Brazilian international. Very good player, actually. Very good player. They will come back from Mitoma in the summer. I think based on what Susu is saying, that they need to fill that AFC.
It helps because it's easier
Yeah.
to with. I think the rule is that you need a certain amount of Asian players in your 11, and then because he's Korean, it helps them with the quota.
It makes so much sense, actually. He's Japanese.
He's Japanese.
Sorry.
Sorry.
He's Japanese. Anyway, let me just go through the fixtures. Go through the list. So big games this weekend to highlight. There's AFC Bournemouth Liverpool. I expect that game to be interesting.
That's the game of the round.
That game is at 3. The early kickoff is Forest Brighton. That will be an interesting game. Yeah, very interesting game, because Forest were really, I mean, they were completely hammered in the last game.
But I think you know styles make the fight. I think Bournemouth were a bad matchup.
Yeah.
Because Bournemouth are very aggressive off the ball.
Yep.
You know, don't worry, we have some stuff coming about them on their side. So you get ready.
Chelsea
for that.
West Ham is a Monday game. That's a good game. Man United Palace is a
The-
game
that's
to
the-
keep
the-
an eye for.
the
keep an eye
port
on.
the Porter Derby,
Yeah,
as coach say, the
It-
Porter
it's, a,
Derby.
it's a game to keep an eye on, and then Newcastle Fulham is a good game as well. So
very good.
good games all around this weekend. We'll be here to serve you the very best. Let's do some shout outs before we go. Shout out.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Shout
man.
out.
Shout outs to my two guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dominic Gucci Mane.
yeah, man.
Daniel Payday.
Pay,
Yeah.
pay Deezy.
Oh, Charlie, what would you know?
Pay
Pay
Deezy.
Deezy.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Others guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very
A
much.
big
my
big shout to a big fan of everything City Sports. Yes, and he's the brother of our colleague here at City. Yes, Benjamin Sakite, the brother of Daniel Sakite. Yes, yeah, big shouts to you, man.
Nice one, nice
and
one.
A big shout to Parkwesi, Ansan Samoa, yeah, president of Africa Youth FC. Yeah, big shouts to you, big man.
Let's hope.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Isaac and Mrs. Teresa Ojo of Westlands.
Okay.
Mrs. Ojo is a big fan of the show. She loves Coach. Her son, when he met me, he said, "Oh, yeah, the guy from Sports Panorama. You know, he's become my friend. The guy from my mom loves Coach and stuff." So shout out to Mrs. Ojo. Yeah, big fan of us. We know. So we just from the Sports Panorama team, we just want to say we love you and
Big
keep
man.
listening.
Coach, just
Big
quickly
madam.
before you come
Big
in,
madam.
Ben, I forgot.
Please.
So this
please
is
go ahead.
from the minister.
Okay.
He says he's a big fan of our show. so
Oh, he listens to the show.
yes, he's
he
been
does.
listening to the
No
show.
more
So
coffee, no more
I
job,
forgot. I really
eh.
forgot.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No
Oh,
more
really?
coffee, Adam.
Yes.
No
He says you
more
are doing
job,
well.
watch
So
it.
he's a big fan.
He's a big man.
No
Me,
more to add
I just hope
Now
he can
we
narrow
know
down
his sports
focus.
credentials. If you've been listening
Oh,
to
he
the show,
listens
his
to the
sports
program.
credentials are so. We ain't sure now. We are sure.
Once he settles that, we will give him the platform.
No, he has
Please,
promised that.
please, Mr.
He has promised that if we need him here, you will come.
Mr. Adams, please, when the vetting and things settle down,
Yeah.
then please come on the show.
That's
We are
where
waiting
the
for
aim-
you. We
as-
like
as-
to meet you.
No more
Yeah.
job, oh,
Yeah.
coffee. No more. Look, today is a special day in the life of a lady
A lady,
I have known
lady,
for years.
lady.
Today is a special day in the life of a lady so beautiful.
Hey.
Her outward appearance is beyond doubt.
Lady for years.
Her genotypic, her genotypic outlook
BFF.
is absolutely
You have
fantastic.
caused me to leave my seat.
No more like her. Look,
One more.
phenotypically, phenotypically,
Go in, go in.
her, she's an absolute beauty.
Go in. Fino.
I have known.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
ladies upon
cynotypically.
ladies.
Hey, behave yourself over there.
I've known ladies upon ladies, and I've
Ladies-
sat in class.
Charlie, you see the way Coach mentions that
several-
ladies upon ladies. Charlie.
You are misbehaving a lot on the show today.
She's more like a sister to me.
Hey.
Look, I love her so much. She's listening to the show all the way from the United States of
Oh,
United States.
and today happens to be her birthday.
Oh.
Today happens to be her birthday.
Nice one.
From myself, Coach Christopher Nimley, to a lovely woman,
Oh yes.
Mrs. Delali Adonu
Oh yes.
Homado.
Oh yes.
During our days, she was Delali Ameibo. Dela, God bless you.
Thank you.